Last week there was another church shooting, and the only thing that saved the rest of the congregation were the other two people who shot and took out the shooter. Would you support a universal concealed carry law for everyone in the country who's willing to be licensed and checked by the government?
No. And actually, let me just say two more things about the data, because I think they're important, and I appreciate that you asked this question. The first part is, I say that the reason those people were injured was because somebody came into that church with a gun. And that's how it is that people got hurt in the first place. The second thing is, I don't think there's any data to suggest that universal concealed carry makes any of us any safer. I don't feel safer going to my church knowing somebody could be sitting next to me with weapons. I don't feel safer going to the mall knowing that some fight that ordinarily might have escalated into a little push and shove could escalate into everybody whips out weapons. I don't feel any safer. But I will say this, we've got a gun violence problem in America. And, yep.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm just your ignorant, entitled, straight white male here. Did have a couple of facts, though, that I would like to share with the majority of the population. If you watched the first part of this, you heard Miss Pocahontas mention that she doesn't feel safe with anybody having guns. I'd like to throw a couple of statistics at you. Well, first off, there are approximately 30,000 people a year killed by guns. That's a lot of people, 30,000 people. Without any context as to what those were caused by, it sounds really bad. 30,000 people sounds like a lot of people. It is a lot of people. Literally half of those people are suicide. So 15,000 people of the 30,000, suicide. Put those away. You take away guns, you get that 30,000 doesn't go away. They take pills, they jump off a bridge, they hang themselves, who knows, run out into traffic, blow themselves up, you name it, people want to kill themselves, they'll get it done. So that leaves 15,000. Still a lot of people. Population of the United States is, what, 360 million people, 330 million people, something like that? So we've got 15,000. Half of that, give or take, is self-defense. So people killed by guns out of self-defense. So that leaves another 7,500 or so, give or take. So if you take out suicide and you take out self-defense, that leaves less than 10,000 by guns. Everybody focuses on that statistic. The statistic they do not focus on, and they always conveniently neglect, is now this number is so large that it's actually been difficult to quantify, but let's just give a broad average here. 1 to 3 million people a year are saved by guns. So you're telling me that if we restrict law-abiding citizens from purchasing a gun, that gun violence is going to go down. There's only less than 7,500 people a year killed by guns in crime-related events because so many people have guns. 1 to 3 million people are saved. So if you take away the right of law-abiding citizens to defend themselves, that 7,500 people is going to end up being hundreds of thousands, if not literally millions of people just in the United States a year will be killed or injured by firearms or knives or crowbars or bats or with bare hands because the law-abiding citizens had no way to defend themselves. And if a 300-pound man breaks into my house while I'm not here and my 125-pound wife is here by herself, who has the upper hand? Obviously he does. What is she gonna do? Cower in the corner and hope to God somebody hears her scream? Or is she gonna pull a 38 out of the drawer and blow his frickin' brains out? I'm going to go with option number 2. Because without that, I would get a phone call from someone stating that my wife is in critical condition, dead, raped, bludgeoned to death, dismembered, kidnapped, who knows. If you really think the only thing that's going to protect you is the police and not a good guy with a gun, I feel sorry for you. So, back to what I was saying about Miss Elizabeth Warren. She conveniently left out a couple of facts, seeing as the guy who did the shooting in Texas at the church was a felon. He wasn't supposed to have a firearm to begin with. He broke the law, because that's what criminals do. And a law-abiding citizen potentially saved who knows how many people in that church. So yeah, I would feel a lot better walking around knowing that everybody's got a gun. Do you think as a criminal that you would just run up on a random couple if there was universal concealed carry? I don't think so. They run up, oh man, he may have a gun, I may not want to do that. But as a criminal, if I found out that everybody got the guns taken away, guess what? It's going to be a frickin' free-for-all. I don't know. I'm just some stupid straight white male. What do I know? God bless America. Peace.